Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Sharon Kelly Speaks. Today we're going to talk about listening to God's voice. How many times have God given you a word and you have decided that you're going to do what it is that you had already planned to do or what it is that someone else had planned for you to do? How many times has that happened? I know for me it has happened many times where I've thought that I either knew better or thought that my way was better than what I knew that God was telling me to do, or God may have told me something or someone may have given me a word about something that I needed to do, and that didn't seem safe to me. So because it didn't seem safe to me, I would go off and do what it was that was my safe place. And in that I found that no, that really isn't the safe place, because you can't possibly believe that your way is better than God's way. And anytime you go off and do things in your own power or at your level of faith at that moment of time, or someone else's level of faith for you at that moment of time, you have to know that it's not going to turn out right. God's way is always going to be better, even if it doesn't make sense to us. If we know that God has given us a word about something, we have to know that God is going to make the way perfect. It may not seem perfect to us because over here is what we really want to do, but if God tells you to do something, know that He's going to work everything out. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have trials and tribulations and you're not going to go through things, but you know that you're in God's covering. And if you're under God's covering is better than your own covering. God's covering is better than someone else's covering over you, or someone else might tell you, you know what, girl, if you go that way, or you know, God got you, I got you. No, I don't need you to have me. I need to know that God has me. And if I know that God has me, then I know that I'm good. And that is the way we should be thinking. When we know that God has given us direction about something, it shouldn't even be a thought. We shouldn't even have to think about whether or not we're going to do it. We shouldn't have to call 5 or 10 friends to see if they're going to agree with us, or call our family members and see if they're going to agree with us. We should be able to say, the Lord said it, and so I'm going to do it, whether you agree with it or not. I trust that God's way is better than my way. I trust that God's way is better than your way. And I know that if I do what God is telling me to do, that no matter what I go through, it's going to come out right. He's going to send provision. He's going to work it out. He's going to make my enemies my footstool. He's going to give me above and beyond what I even ask or think. He's going to pour out a blessing over me that I don't even have room to receive. Those are the things that are going to happen when you follow God's direction. So remember, and this is lessons learned for me, this is something that I've learned on my journey, that when God tells you to do something, move forward with that, knowing that God has you. Nobody else has to have you, but if God has you, that's all that matters. Thank you for tuning in to Lessons Learned, Sharon Kelly, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Have a great day.